Hey guys, it's Josh here at Milnes Ford, and guess what we now have on our lot? That's right, Ford has jumped into the all-electric vehicle market. This is our very first Mustang Mach-E. That's right, we are competing with Tesla in the green energy sector. We have our very own first Mustang Mach-E here on the lot. This color is black, and we just brought it out here to downtown Lapeer and give you our very first impressions. As you can tell from the front, it looks like a Mach-E, and right here, there's something that's a little different. It charges electric, right? There's no gas in this thing whatsoever. So this is an all-electric SUV. I'm gonna come around to the back really quick. And this is where you're going to get your standard Mustang look. It looks like the Pony. When you're driving behind it, you have that not mistaken Mustang backline of sight here. We have reverse sensing. This does have a hands-free liftgate as well. So just giving you a quick tour around the vehicle. With a nice Mustang on the rims. It says Mach-E on the front. And if you go ahead here on the front, you look at the front grille, there really isn't a need for a grille. There's no need for air to come in at all. And we have our Mustang Pony right here on the front. So let's hop in this thing. So you're gonna notice something really different off the top, right? We just have a push button here. The door pops open, grab the handle, open yourself up. We have your B&O sound system on this thing, your memory seating. Nothing too out of the ordinary there, but once we get into the vehicle, this is definitely does not look like anything Ford has ever made before. So you get up, very minimalistic. You have technology right in your face. You have a digital display here, and you have 15.5-inch center screen. Everything is going to be here on the screen. There is no need for a button. You just have your little turn dial shift here. We have Ford's new Sync 4 system here as well. This thing is amazing. If you look at this, all your vehicle information that you need is right here on the front. You can still control this vehicle information system right here. You have 57% of the battery left. We have 69 miles to go. This should get 270 miles to one full charge, but everything is going to be laid out here. We have our adaptive cruise control. Eventually, this vehicle will be equipped with the update where you can actually autonomously drive this vehicle on certain roads. That's going to be amazing. Your navigation, when you get that set up and running, you're going to have the charging stations laid out for you, so you can map out anywhere that you need to go and make sure that your charging stations are on your journey on this vehicle. This is an amazing vehicle. We have our new Sync 4 system as well. Your Apple CarPlay and your Android Auto can all be done wirelessly now. There's no need to plug in. You have a wireless charging pad down here as well. I mean, this thing is just crazy cool. If you look up here, we have a fixed glass panoramic roof, which will auto kind of darken depending on the light that you're in. And don't forget, up here we have our Ford key card, so we still have our Ford patented key code on the outside. I'm going to show you the back seats a little bit here. This version is our premium version, so we do have the Select, the Premium, the California Edition, the First Edition, and the GT. Obviously, the First Edition is all sold out. If you're looking for the speed, here you go. You might be able to cram some car seats in here. It looks like a little bit more room than our traditional Ford Mustang. And yes, I fit car seats in a regular Mustang. My 8-year-old just absolutely loves it. And who's ready to take this thing for a little spin? You guys ready to see what this thing can do? Let's hop in. All right, so we have our push button start with our key fob here, and it started. You just got to look here on the display, and it says ready to drive. We are all buckled in. Now there's something that you notice right away that is missing. That is sound. There is no need for an engine in this vehicle, or engine sound in this vehicle, because it's just an electric motor. And one thing you're going to notice right away, we're going to pull out here in just a sec, there is instant acceleration. We'll give you a little bit of tour of that here in just a second. I don't want to pull out in front of this Honda. All right, oops, got a little Ford Focus coming our way. We do have our standard blind spot detection here in the Mach-E. That is becoming more of a safety feature that is standard. We have our adaptive cruise control as well. Yeah, this is one thing you notice right away, it's smooth. I mean, these Michigan roads, as we know, they're not the greatest. So if you're not from Michigan, you just don't know our pain. But it's a very smooth ride. The one thing I will tell you, until you get used to this screen, it does tend to be a little distracting. You gotta like, where's my radio, and kind of figure that out. All your climate stuff is on the bottom. If I want to turn up the volume, it's right here. You have your Sirius XM radio. Here's your GPS, so just tap that button. It has now brought it up. We have some points of interest on there as well. And then this is your information on your vehicle trip. You can pair your phone over here. So we're going to go back to our nav screen so you can kind of see that. Up here is kind of a home button, like Apple people are kind of used to that home button that's right on the screen. So all your stuff is right here. I can just flip from Android Auto to Apple CarPlay depending on your phone settings. I can flip to radio. Your entire owner's manual is not going to be located within the Sync 4 system. That's going to be standard no matter if you're in the Ford Mustang or if you are in the Ford F-150 or anything that we have now that is debuting with our Sync 4 system. We're in Michigan. We're going to want that heated steering wheel on. We're going to want that heated seats on, so we're going to turn that up. Look at that. Isn't that just so sweet? All these controls are right here and ready for you. So we're about ready to go. We have a green light. We're going to take this out on maybe on the highway and get a good feel for the acceleration of this vehicle, because when you're driving at 25 miles an hour, you're really not going to get a feel for what this car can actually do. I believe it's 0 to 60 in, I think, high fives, so it's under 6 seconds. 0 to 60. Our GT is going to be in the mid threes. The GTs won't be available until mid-summer of this year. So this is just so different to drive. Those of us who've grown up obviously with our gas combustion engines or who've driven that growl of the Mustang 5.0. So if you want to flip to radio, and then you just, on Sirius, you just change your station, you just move yourself like that. You can still do the voice command. Sirius.
Please try again.
Sirius, channel 2.
Tuning to channel 2.
For those of you who have a Ford and don't realize that you can do all of this stuff by voice command, I can change the radio station. I can set all my navigation, all by voice command as well. It is a feature that is available with our Sync 3 or our Sync 4 system. So that's a really cool to keep as much hands-free driving as we can. So I do have my adaptive cruise control on. We're going to turn it on. We're going to set it. You notice with our navigation system over here, it does show our speed limit. So our speed limit here is 40 miles an hour. And it's doing its job, keeping me. I got 2 car links. There we go. The other thing this does too is it does operate a little bit the way our Ford hybrids work. So our hybrids, when you brake, it does regenerative braking. So that means it's going to take that energy that it loses when it brakes the car, and it's going to send that into the battery. So that way you are increasing some charge back to the battery as you're driving when you brake the vehicle. So when you do brake, it's a good thing to kind of do that slow brake to get more of that charge into the battery as opposed to just slamming on your brake. All right. Yeah, this is the car where you may not be an electric car fan, but you're going to drive the Mustang Mach-E and go, yeah, this is kind of cool. Do you just feel how smooth it is? The road noise, I don't know if you can tell from the video, it's very quiet. There's almost nothing. The only thing you hear is just that little bit of sound. So if I accelerate a little bit and let off, you get that instant kind of deceleration. This is so cool. So I'll pop on the highway here, and then we'll show you the acceleration of the highway. Then we'll come back to you in a little bit. All right, so we're about ready to hop on I-69 here. We're going to take this corner here. It's 26 degrees. Hopefully it's not too icy. Get a little bit of the handling here, and then I'm going to pop that accelerator. Get a good feel for the difference here with the electric motor, how you just get instant acceleration. So we're going. Just going to let off the throttle a little bit. You can hear that engine, just that whine of the electric engine. Before you know it, we were really breaking the law there to about 90 miles an hour, just like that. And you know, since I'm doing this on a video, I probably shouldn't be driving 100 miles an hour, but you can just see it is just throws your head back, and it's so different. It's like passing gear every time you hit the gas. Yeah, that highway drive was quite fun. That acceleration is just so quick. It's so smooth. Handled the railroad tracks coming off the highway wonderful. I am really impressed with the Mustang Mach-E. Ford has done a fabulous job. I love the interior and how it's just minimalistic. I mean, if you count, that's not very minimalistic, but it is in your face. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead here. I'm gonna try to punch it. And yes, my head did go back a little bit. And before you know it, I'm at 60 miles an hour. That is just very quick acceleration. You definitely feel it. You must feel it a little bit in your head. Get a little G-force going there. Imagine what the GT will feel like. That was a fun drive. We're almost back to the dealership. If you'd like to schedule your test drive, give us a call, 810-267-7028. You can email me, joshua@milnes.com. Love to have you come in and be the first person to buy a Mach-E from Milnes Ford. So yeah, and we'll do some other videos along the way on some other features of the vehicle, but this is just my first impression of the Mach-E. Very cool, very roomy, like very roomy. And yeah, I really like it. I didn't want to like it because I don't want to be tempted to spend over $55,000 for a vehicle. But yeah, let me know. Let us know what your first impressions is of the Mustang Mach-E, and in the comments on our video on our YouTube and on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear from you and see what your first impression of everyone riding along with us here at Milnes Ford.